Hey, welcome to day 8, where we're going to talk about the mind body connection and how it can help us overcome stress. And by stress, here I'm really talking about the kind of persistent tension that can cause damage in our mind and bodies. Now, the mind body connection is something you can notice directly in a number of ways. One is just if you think of something like you're hungry and you think of your favorite food, you'll start to salivate. So in that way, your thoughts directly impact your mind, your body, your states of body. And another is to notice how people move around. I actually find this kind of interesting. When you're watching people move, you can often get a sense for their state of mind. The most obvious example would be someone who's stomping around because they're angry. And sometimes you notice people are very smooth. Maybe they have martial arts training, but they're very kind of controlled or smooth in their movements, not in a rigid way. And then also you might see if you're getting tense or stressed at the computer, maybe your shoulders start to creep up towards your ears. So those are ways we can observe this directly. The Israeli physicist and engineer Moshe Feldenkrais, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not at all. But he wrote, "Any change in the nervous system translates itself clearly through a change of attitude, posture, and muscular configuration. They are not two states, but two aspects of the same state." So the nervous system, this connection of this basically communication network that runs throughout our body with its central command hub being the brain, is not just in our brain. Obviously, it runs throughout the whole body. So in that way, our cognition is embodied, our minds are embodied. There's a quote, and I'm not sure who said it. I can't find it, but it's the body is a 3D mind. And I think it's hilarious to look around. You can even do this with other creatures and think like that's a mind. That's like a 3-dimensional mind that I'm seeing. That body shows me how that creature is perceiving the world, how they're moving about it, is how it says something about their experience subjectively. Neuroscientist Candace Pert wrote a book called Your Body is the Subconscious Mind. So all these ideas point to the fact that the mind and body are inseparably intertwined. And when you're training one, you're training the other, and vice versa. So, for example, when we exercise, we're also helping the brain. Exercise produces what's called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. That's a protein helping to grow and maintain brain cells. It's elevated both by exercise and fasting. So in this way, exercise is vital for our health and well-being, and it's also been shown to help with stress. And vice versa, when the mind is relaxed, often our body is more relaxed. So we hold tension in our body. Like, notice right now if there's any part of your body that feels tense. And if you bring your awareness there and relax it, that helps your mind also release and relax. And vice versa, if your mind becomes relaxed, your body starts to relax. So we can work from both angles, and it's often, I find, helpful, especially in the meditation practice, to start with the more gross, the physical body, noticing tension, which is then an indicator. It's like a signal to us that, oh, we're probably in a stressed state. We're probably holding too tightly at whatever we're doing. And then we can use the 4 R's to recognize that tension, release it, relax it, and then relish in that kind of calm and relaxed state of mind and remain there for more of the day. And in this way, we're unwinding stress throughout the day, not just when we sit down to formally meditate. Traditional martial arts and movement systems often leverage these principles of relaxation and flowing movements in their in their practices. So like Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, these are all examples of ways that we can train the body and therefore change our minds. The connective tissue that runs throughout the body, the fascia, has been shown to link to your entire nervous system. And it seems to actually hold tension, or even past traumas can be stored in our body. So as we loosen up and we start to move more fluidly and naturally and relax these muscles, and throughout the day continually release the tension that we might be holding as we're moving and interacting with others, we can actually start to open our minds up in the same way and become happier, and release mental stress that we're actually storing inside of our bodies. There was a cool paper that suggested an upward spiral dynamic, and from positive emotions towards healthier physiology, a healthier body, and then that healthier body leading to a happier mind. And what the study found is that metta meditation, the kind of meditation you've been learning in this course, increased positive emotions, which then increased vagal tone, which implies a slower heart rate and greater physical resilience and kind of overall health. And that was after 6 weeks of training. So there's this idea that the positive emotions made people more resilient, improved their bodies, and then as a result, you can also feel more positive emotions because you feel good more of the time. So to summarize and apply what we've been discussing here, the easiest thing to do is to recognize tension in your body throughout the day. You can regularly check in. You can use meta awareness, this ability to observe your own body and mind. And you can recognize and kind of sensitize yourself to this tension, which generally for me, it starts to build in my shoulders, often around the forehead, or almost it feels like inside of the head. And then when noticing this tension, release it, relax it. And then you can relish in this kind of tranquil state of body and mind and remain there as long as you can until the next tension comes along. So this is especially helpful while working at the computer. You can pause every few minutes, notice if tension's building, kind of get up, shake it off, release it, and then come back to a relaxed way of sitting. And I think you'll notice this impacts your state of mind throughout the day. All right, that's all for today. And lastly, please let us know in the comments, what's your favorite way of moving and releasing tension in your body? There's a lot out there, and it'd be fun to hear some tools from you all. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 9 of the course. Thank you.